is the lecture for Jennifer Radden's Am I My Altar's Keeper? Multiple Personality Disorder and Responsibility. So first, you'll notice when you're reading that a lot of this article, this article will focus on complexities arising out of recent work on multiple personality disorder and responsibility by Judith Armstrong and Ellen Sachs. And a lot of the subsequent article is focused on some of Sachs's arguments. So I think Radden gives you enough description of Sachs to understand what she's responding to and things like that. There's various reasons we're reading Radden rather than Sachs, but if you want the Sachs article, let me know. I mean, there's a book to this thing and an article, and I sort of can't. I'm having trouble getting the article to put it in the optional readings, but if you really want that, I can maybe get that. I don't think I can get the book. Yeah, so a lot of the article focuses on how the insanity defense in American law should interact with multiple personality disorder. And one thing I could do is sort of explain the way the insanity defense works in American law, but you don't really need to know the details because again, Radden explains all of the relevant stuff in the article, and then the further details are basically irrelevant. But the basic picture is that the insanity defense is a block against criminal prosecution and punishment, which claims that due to certain mental incapacities, you're not the sort of person who ought to stand trial for whatever it is that you've allegedly done. And so this is a defense against, being sent to jail or something because you don't have certain mental capacities that are required to commit a crime. Because in American law, most crimes have a mental component, so it's not a crime merely to do some action, but to do some action with some kind of mental component. So for instance, murder is different from manslaughter, not because they're different actions, both of them involve killing somebody, but because manslaughter is sort of not on purpose, whereas murder is on purpose, and whether or not something's on purpose, that's a mental feature, not a feature of the action. So yeah, that's as much as you need to know about the insanity defense. And then finally, you'll notice Radden discusses the prevalence of diagnoses of multiple personality disorder in this article. And what she says is different from what Wilkes says. And that's because this article was written in, I think, 2001, something like that, 2001, 2002. And Wilkes is from back in the 80s. And between the 80s and the 2000s, it seems like multiple personality disorder diagnoses increased. And so you get actually some discussion of this in footnote 21. And this is worth thinking about. Maybe it's not worth thinking about, but I don't know. I figured I'd mention it because why not?